It's all good. We're all mutable.
We're all mutable. That's the best part. That's honestly the best part. Welcome to episode 108 of Peace Talk. This is the Peace Dealer. Some of y'all are saying I'm fashionably late. Y'all don't understand the magic dynamics that goes on with me and some of my guests, especially my special guest today. If you look at the Affirmus right now, the moon is exactly 0 degrees Libra. It's 0 degrees Libra and 0 minutes. We've been trying to go live since then, and it wouldn't work until the moon just entered Libra, and now we're here. So, I mean, yeah, Oracle Clarity, I think it's perfect timing. I also think it's bullshit, just like my guest's remark. But let me introduce you, Christie. How are you doing? Thank you for joining once again. It's surreal. Like, I didn't think you were going to make it.
I don't stop trying. That's one thing. I got Mars in Virgo.
Thank God you didn't give up. Yes.
It's hard to hold me back, but wow, dude. I don't even understand. I haven't stepped out of line in years. So here you go. Peace dealer. Load it up. I think after that fiasco, dude, let's do it.
Yes, I have this. It's amazing because
you're ready.
Actually, I'm going to have to bring up your chart again because I did last time. I don't know how many of you were aware of our peace talk before that completely just got cut. My computer reset out of nowhere. And rarely have. The only time my computer resets is when I'm talking live with someone else that doesn't want the dark forces don't want me to like.
It isn't supposed to talk.
Really, like, and it happened with you with the quickness. So I didn't expect it to happen again. Like, once again, for those who aren't aware, it was already hard to get Christie live the first time.
We got cut out after like 20 minutes. I didn't even know I was there. And then I'm like, oh shit, let's talk herbs. And when I found out, but then I don't know, I got cut out. Whatever. I'm so used to that, dude. I was banned like way before it was cool. From like 2006 until, then I was completely erased by 2014. But yeah, whatever. We made it. So thank you very much for trying again.
Yeah, especially during this mutable cross. I felt, okay, at least we're going to do this again around now, right as the moon kind of left Virgo. It would be cool if we had some of the Virgo energy, but it doesn't matter. You still represent this beautiful cross, which I think is very amazing. It's almost as if you're helping shift our energy with us and for us, which is another reason why I know some forces are not happy that you share your space with us. So I want to show people your chart again, just in case they haven't seen it.
Let's see the crazy cray.
You got the 28 degree Pisces rising, the 29 degree on the MC and moon in Sag, which is like, wow. And then we have the 20 degree Saturn and Gemini. I actually keep forgetting my sun is exactly on your Saturn. And then also, oh, nice.
Wow. I got cut out again.
No way.
I'm back though. Wow.
Really? It happened that fast? Oh my God.
Right when the chart came on and I disappeared, but then it let me join.
Yeah, I see two of you now.
So okay. There's two. I mean, well, typical Pisces ascendant.
All right. And the other one's just like, that's amazing. Yeah, so be prepared for some paranormal activity. We're going to get through this episode. God damn it. We're not
the next episode.
Yeah, so I mean, please pay very close attention to what you hear in this episode, because Out of most people I've done readings with and have talked to, your story is definitely like not only inspirational, but one that almost forces one to believe in magic. So it's not a coincidence, you know what I mean, that when we even had our reading a few years ago, like we got interfered. It was everything to just finish the reading and have to. And it's amazing.
Times. Both times.
Both times.
Yeah.
That was around the time where I was still unsure if this interference was just in my head or if it was a real thing. And after the reading, I was like, okay, this is real. Like, nah, this is no coincidence at all.
It's not in your head. And like, I remember around that you were starting to experience things that people who are targeted experience, like the stalkers, the haters, the slander, all of that. So I'm like, all right, dude, I've been there. So if you need any help with that, I learned the hard way. Let me tell you, I'm not, well, I am who I am today because I got my ass kicked the entire last over a decade. And I would not change it for anything. I am so super grateful. But during the time, and you know, I talk about this on my channel, I was kicking and screaming most of the way. It took a while to really understand what it was about. So that's, yeah, it's crazy. There are definitely forces that here, not just with me or you, but with anyone who is saying things that go against the status quo. And as I told you before, I mean, I've been deleted 12 times just on YouTube. Like I was erased in an instant, and you know, there were no articles or any people saying, oh, stop censorship. They were jumping in saying, oh, burn her. Yeah. Like all my colleagues in alternative radio for 10 years and like, with the mainstream. And you know, so I really got to see close up and personal what it's about, and it's kind of a bummer. But then you come across people like you who hit the nail on the head every time. And it's so, when I first saw you, dude, I'm like, oh my God, seriously, there's like a real person that's telling the truth about these dark spiritual wars. And you know, and you're like, no holds barred, and you know, that mutable energy, you don't give a fuck. And I think, dude, my hat's off to you. It's just, it was so beautiful and refreshing to see. And I want you to know that you know, you already know you're in territories that people don't like to be exposed, but I've definitely got your back.
Yeah, it's refreshing knowing that. Much appreciated. Very much appreciated.
So we're all in this together, and so let's just do it.
Well, I mean, I'm glad. I really feel like I'm glad you referenced the last decade. Like I didn't realize until now that we kind of went through the worst. I really feel like there's some positives now that we can like gain from that, and now that we're more aware, because I mean, we just addressed the reality of a whole, you know, negative evil force that we've just proved right now again is just trying to get in the way with you know, relevant transmissions, which on the surface could look like, and I think that's the whole politics of having like Pisces energy or dealing with Neptune. On the surface, it looks like you're crazy. It looks like you're just kind of seeing things, but experiencing it, it's like, are you kidding me? Like there's no reason why stuff like this should be happening. So
they all think I'm crazy till they hang out with me and see it with their own eyes. Yeah.
even Sharon just said, wow, people disliking just for no reason. It's almost as if like they're spies that always that are kind of keeping tabs right now. But regardless, they're not, I don't think they're really much of a threat. I think compared to them, we've gotten so much more powerful.
Totally. And here's the thing, like about censorship of me or this or that, or even when they freaking, you know, I have no clue why I'm alive right now. That's all I'll say. But I am. But even if I wasn't, And even though I'm not out there and, preaching to 82 different countries and stuff again, even if I was dead, they can't kill the truth, because guess what? When I disappeared, Leo King, you, like everybody else popped up. So it's a force that can't be freaking killed. And you know what? Every seed that I planted, like these people are coming back to me 10 years later, 12 years later, 15 years later, even people that dissed on me when I was fucking homeless, trying to, heal myself and get my way back into the world. And they're like, oh shit, you were right. Oh fuck, sorry, man.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. That's amazing. And I'm glad you said a decade ago, because I just forgot. Your North Node's in Capricorn, so you're going through a nodal opposition, and you've completed that like facet of your karmic path for now.
For now, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because there's a whole. We got to come back around to it. But yeah, your chart is still very fascinating. I keep even doing this chart reading, even doing this like talk right now. I feel like I'm walking through a portal, like a daze, like I'm in a dream, and it's really more so just this whole day that I've gone through. Nothing about today or yesterday felt real at all. I think it's because my birthday's tomorrow. But other than that,
tomorrow.
Yes.
Right on. Dude, happy birthday. Let me ask you, do you know about Cards of Destiny?
Is it like birthday destiny?
Yeah. So it's not, here's a book, by the way. But so I'm not just like a nut in astrology, but I'm also a double nine. A 9 of clubs and a 9 of spades. And in that philosophy, or in that science, it's nines are about endings. Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's see what yours is. I have no idea what the date is. You said your birthday's tomorrow. Oh, here we go, the computer. All right, let's see. June 11th. Holy shit! You're allegedly my karma card.
No way.
6 of diamonds, dude.
You said the karma card? 6 of diamonds.
No way. Oh, that is amazing. The other dude I met, which is also within the last year, that's that card. Dude, no wonder. That is amazing. So
well, you know what
your life path is. Say what?
My life path is a 9. And before I kind of add on to why that's so profound, this is so
different than the other. But yeah, you're a freaking.
What is a karma card? What is a karma card?
Okay, so, all right. So according to this philosophy, science, and oh man, they just changed the website recently. But if you Google 52destinycards.com, the new one will come up. Oh, nice. And you can get all this read about yourself and your life path. But the science actually gets kind of crazy. I'll just show you some pages in the book. Sweet. It's like reading an astrological ephemeris.
But with cards.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So, and allegedly this predates the tarot. I wasn't there. I don't know.
No way.
Yeah. So the tarot was based off of this, and it's playing cards. In fact, my grandmother used to do it, but I thought she made up her own thing because, she was herself and not like everybody else, and obviously was demonized for that. But
it's interesting because shout out to Misha. I got a call from her, or a text earlier, and I'm gonna be talking this week or most likely next week about addressing if tarot is evil, because there's a lot of people like Doreen Virtue who are getting messages saying, oh, you need to be Christian again. You need to leave the tarot. Tarot is evil. And they're starting to get synchronicities and signs. And like, I kind of need to let people know that's all deception. Like when you walk the path, there are going to be forces of fear that try and walk you off the path and make you feel like certain tools are evil. But tarot is no more evil than this comb.
Exactly.
I could comb my hair. I could poke people with it. It's not anything evil in the cards. You know what I mean? It's not anything evil in playing cards. It's all intent. So we're definitely gonna get into that. And I'm so glad you brought up.
You're a six of diamonds. I'm sorry. I'm just like, I love my six of diamonds. They're all there. Oh my gosh.
I really have six of diamonds. You know what's crazy though? You said that that's your karma card.
Yeah, like my good karma card. I'll just tell you, my other six of diamonds, the first moment we laid eyes on each other, each of them, male and female, we just knew. It was insane. But I didn't know their cards until after.
I get that familiar vibe with you too. And this is where like cards and astrology, like they don't really look like they would mix that well. But we know that in astrology, karma is Saturn. And we know that the nodes are karma, like easily. So in our chart, your Saturn is exactly on my sun, and my Saturn is exactly on your north node. Like we're bound by karma. Wow. So I thought that was interesting. I think it's interesting how, or we're connected with karma, right? So it's interesting how like the cards also show that too.
They totally do. And remember the first time we talked, I told you like two of my most dearest, best sweetheart friends are Gemini with Cap Moon.
Yeah.
And then I found, that's weird. So you can't make this stuff up.
You can't make any of it up. I mean, I'm still in a daze of how like we both got trolled by spirit guides so that we wouldn't start this talk until the moon was dead 0 degrees 0 Libra.
That is amazing.
How do you explain that? Like I really don't get it.
So I want to encourage you, though, to check that out another time. But just so you know, your card, Six of Diamonds, in the book is referred to as financial responsibility.
No way. That's amazing.
Yeah. And then, let's see, my Nine of Clubs is, let's rewind that, Jack, 10.
That's a different rendition of the Six of
9, and this is my card. Which, how does that not go along with my chart?
The universal knowledge card. Okay.
And then my life path, also a 9. 9 of Spades is. So there we go.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
What was that card?
Universal life.
Oh, that was like your life path number?
Yeah.
Evil De Bono said, Mike, you sound underwater. Dude, I feel like I'm underwater. I don't even know how to explain. Like, I feel like something's flowing through. I don't know. It's a lot. It's awesome, though. There's so much happening right now. But, oh, my goodness. If there's one thing you said earlier that I forgot, and that's the fact that we are getting attacked by dark forces. And I just took a hoodoo course that the first tenet of it was to say you're responsible for everything that happens to you, and you're not really supposed to think that people throw black magic at you. And I totally agree with that, because when he says it, it's supposed to be empowering. It's not really supposed to say, oh, you're just kind of playing victim. And it's true, like you are responsible. But one thing that I remember, and it's something that only mutable signs can perceive, and it has everything to do with perceptual projection. And I forgot that, you know, throughout this period, as a Gemini, I like to pretend it's not happening and just kind of like get in my head, but I have been getting attacked. And that doesn't make me a victim as much as it does remind me that I have to stay in my integrity. Because if I stay in my integrity, then the attack won't work. But if I stay out of my integrity, even if I stay in my integrity, I still might go through things. But even though I'm being attacked, it doesn't mean that I'm a victim, because sometimes, you know, things work out. And that's kind of where both are true. And now I'm kind of really seeing it is true. Like by experience, the way that the dark forces have been able to have victory over me has been through my own shadow and my own bad habits. I've substantially, you know, delayed a lot of my own progress and success with this channel and with my relationships, because I've just totally allowed the dark forces to through me. So I'm not blaming the dark forces. I've allowed myself to literally fall for my own shadow habits and really delve into bad behavior or bad habits. And that is in a way how I've allowed the dark forces to win, as opposed to like standing in integrity and like, moving forward. I don't have guilt for that though. I feel like it's been a very interesting chapter and
all
just
necessary.
And thank you. That's hard to accept, and it's so important to accept.
You're just your school, and these dark forces are just teachers. So what I disagree with the most of the mamby-pamby spiritual, unicorn and rainbow community, where like when you get attacked, they blame you. Oh, there must be something in you. What are you doing to cause that? And then you get total shame and blame, and they're dark forces too. But then they claim love and light, which I think is some secret code for, this. Hi, I'm unhealed, and I'm going to project all my shit onto you. But really, just know when you're getting attacked, it's because you're doing the right thing. Period. People don't attack people who aren't doing shit. There's no reason to.
There's no
people
reason
don't tell subpar people to shut up. They don't try to sabotage subpar people. So what I found out, or what I realized after a while, after I got done blaming myself, is that there's a reason, and maybe they know that something about me that I don't even know, like my true power. And maybe that's why they were trying to suppress me. So it was through that I discovered it. So I am grateful, because without that class, everything that I complained about or said I couldn't do, or everything I felt sorry for myself over, or other people encouraged me to feel sorry for myself for, all of that were tools. They were teachers, they were tools. So that's what we need to look at. Like, what are we going to do with it? And I can proudly say that everything other people use to try to hurt me were tools that I used to start rising from the ashes. And, I've come a long way. Let me tell you, 4 years ago, I couldn't talk or walk. Okay. And I was not only all my real work erased online, it was replaced with slander. So by the time I could barely talk and walk again and try to move to a new town and try to get a job, they Google my name. And then they find out I'm a racist, child abusing, building bomber who kidnaps people with chemical weapons, works for the CIA and murders Mexicans. Yeah. So I was chased out of 30 towns in that period.
Wow. Well, actually, do we still have, come on now. See what I mean, y'all? See what I mean? Let us focus our energy. Let's say a quick prayer, because like, this is too intense. Like, this woman has some important stuff. When I tell you the way my face just like dropped when she told her whole story during the reading, there's a reason why every time she's trying to say it, there's some kind of glitch. And this is Jupiter and Sagittarius, man. You see in the black magic at play, okay? Wow. Said you're not allowed to join this video call. She was about to go in, guys. She was about to go. Like, if you've seen her chart once again, like you saw the 29-degree Jupiter on Moon square the Pisces rise and the Virgo. Like, she's here to change the world, guys. Like, this is no joke. The North Node's in the 10th. There's information that she could reveal that could expose so much. Just this story alone, even if you weren't going to believe it or not. So, I mean, let this just be proof. We had this woman talk before, and they reset my goddamn computer and cut off the call right as she was going to talk about. I remember I had asked her. I was like, okay, so Let's go back and tell your story. They cut my computer off. Now they cut her off. Oh, light cruise, genius idea. I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah, so if she can't come on, I'm just gonna call her. I might even Skype. No, I'm just gonna call her and put her on speaker. I'm only blocked on Google. It's ridiculous, y'all. Wow. This is crazy. Set. Well, this is crazy. I really don't know what else to do. Shout out to Carolyn 131 in the chat. Smash that thumbs up. Yeah, this is important. This is how cool this is, though. Like, even though, it's not your fault at all, Christie, it's not your fault. Even though like we're getting interfered right now, and the reason why it's still like a what do you call a silver lining is so that you can kind of see it. You know what I mean? Oh, that's true. Swoop. My bad. If you see me texting, I'm making birthday plans with Maruma too. I didn't know it was going down tomorrow. Oh shoot. Okay. We'll do it again. I usually don't celebrate my birthday for some dumb reason, but not this year. Haha. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I can do that, guys. Let's see if this works. No. Oh, shoot. Uh-oh. All right, so
is it working for the best?
I got you on Skype. This is an orthodox. Is your camera is off though?
Let's see.
I never thought this was even possible, but
you could not connect to your selected camera. Let's try a different camera or try.
why? That's not even true.
Oh my god! It's brand new, dude, out of the box. Hooked up last night, tested, and you know it was working. Shit, dude.
Yeah.
Should I restart? Should I do? I guess.
You didn't get another email?
I did not. I'm checking both my email accounts here, but that's Google.
And then the other email didn't work again?
I'll look in my spam.
Did you try the first email again?
Yeah, I'm checking maybe it went to the spam folder, but no, is it my Gmail?
Well, you could try the email I sent you already again. See if that works.
There hasn't been any at this. None.
Oh, you never got it even the first time. Oh shit. Okay.
I used the link from. Oh, hey, look, Google might be working again. What? Wait. Okay, here. The thing. Okay.
You got the email?
I'm gonna hit the join button. Okay, let's see what happens.
Bam.
Is it
working? Yes, we got you back.
Okay. Oh shit.
That was close.
Are we okay?
Yeah. We made it! Yeah!
Oh gosh.
Celebrate!
You can't stop us now. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was too suspenseful. Yeah.
Even in my radio show though, like some of them were like 12 times they would be interrupted in, or they'd come in and take over like my controls, or yeah, or the chat room. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we're here. Let's get back to business.
Well, yeah, I was gonna ask you more so or less, could you clearly have lived more than one lifetime in one life. So I wanted
description.
I'm really interested if you could share your story, like more so how you became Christie Aphrodite, and also like what was life like before you were homeless, and then after you got attacked, deliberately gang stalked and kicked out and all that. What caused that? What was that like? And yeah.
Okay, I'll give the Cliff Notes version, and then anything that you want like more clarification on, feel free. Cool. So I was born in a military hospital. My dad was ONI, Office of Naval Intelligence, was also a SEAL, and was also Secret Service. I was a product of, as a child, I was a product of who they wanted me to be. My parents were divorced, so my dad was never really there. He was kind of like Darth Vader running things in the background. I guess some people refer to me, or used to, before all my brain damage and willful, like, please make this shit go away, but kind of a child prodigy. I was in a lot of training too, and I can't tell you about it all because I don't remember it all. I'll say the military was involved, but I excelled in sports. In fact, I'm in a sports museum. Then I was pushed into modeling and acting, but I hated that. I never wanted to be on stage. And so when I had an opportunity to write a play or to be behind the cameras or training, or, then I would always try to lean towards that. Then I became a single mother. I was very programmed at the time. I was programmed, I believed in everything that people told me. So, and, I wanted my parents to love me. So of course I'm going to try to live up to their standards. And I realized, and I always knew that I wasn't that, but I was gaslighted so much that I, convinced myself or allowed others to convince me that, well, if everyone else is like this and I'm the only one like this, I must be wrong. As a child, I was involved in, again, all the details are unclear. I have only certain memories that I've carried with me my whole life. These memories have not expanded despite my trying. So the military uses children to do lots of things, namely find people or tell them when's a good time to invade this place, or psychic spies, things like that. If you are an easily controllable person, you're convinced as a child that this is a good thing. And when you show up at these places, they literally give you Kool-Aid, and then you don't remember anything, and you wake up in your bed the next day. So,
damn.
And during that's okay. So even at 12 years old, I wrote a play that was accepted by the DC Young Playwrights Association and performed in School for Creative and Performing Arts everywhere. I was sent to a School for Creative and Performing Arts school. Multiple people I went to school with today are famous, like football players, musicians, actors, announcers, things like that. So there's no coincidence there that all of these people came out of there. So I ended, in my program dream, of course, I'm supposed to find my Prince Charming that's gonna, ride on this white horse and whisk me away from all this drama. Like, I didn't know what was going on. When you grow up in families like that, they don't use the words that people in alternative media use. You don't hear the term Illuminati. You don't hear the term MK Ultra. You don't hear, you know what I mean? You're just compartmentalized. But I was trained in multiple different areas. So like in second grade, I tested at 14.2 grade level. So basically I was always in things. And so that got me into the museum and got me into all these things. And then come my mid-20s. Oh, and this whole time, of course, I'm being told I'm crazy. And there came a time, so my mom started drugging me, taking me to doctors, giving me pills, trying to tell me it's okay, you're a genius and it's normal, you just have this invisible illness and, I love you and take these pills. But if I didn't listen to her, I'd be locked in a closet, and then she'd call the cops and have me hogtied, and which that happened till I was 35, by the way, or 30s. So there I knew what was going on wasn't right, but I didn't know what right was. So when I broke away from that and tried to sell myself to the highest bidder, and what I mean by that is any guy that would show me attention or tell me I'm beautiful or pretend he loved me, I fell for that. But it got me away from there. And of course, that led to more gaslighting and such, and just wanting out. And so I finally figured out the solution. And that was that I obviously was breaking all of God's laws. I have to go to church.
Mm. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all think I'm playing? No, son. No, son. I hope I didn't just jinx this. No. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? This is no coincidence, dude. Y'all have to understand at some point. See, this is why Virgos come under attack. Y'all are real magicians. This is why she's about to pull out some real facts that will make you question whether, you going to the doctor is even worth it. real system busting, information. So when you see this interference is not supposed to be happening, it's not for nothing. Okay, she's Virgo sun, Sagittarius moon, conjunct Jupiter, conjunct MC, Pisces rising, Saturn and Gemini. What's up, Big Empress? You already know what it is. Okay. You see how they fuck with me? Do you see? Shout out to you day ones. Shout out to the day ones in the chat. Y'all been known. Y'all were here. Yes, Christie just said that means I need to tell more. Jesus Christ, y'all. See, all day ones have been here, okay? Ever since I was doing readings for Aquarius woman and there'll be interference, even with Sharon. Sharon knows what's up. Sharon's used to this, okay? I don't understand. See, the reason why I don't mind this is because y'all need to see how covert this is, because there's still like you could have a conscious understanding right now. Wow, her computer actually shut down. Wow. So there's a conscious understanding of this where it's like, okay, I can get that this is, but there's still probably inside some of you where you might just chalk this up to a coincidence. Oh, it's just faulty internet connection. There's no covert spy intel unit trying to fuck up the peace dealers talks. Listen here, government. Listen here, you counterintelligence agency, whether you're the government or not. This means war. I'm sick and tired of your shit. You did this to Alex Jones, okay? You're not doing this to me. I am not Alex Jones, nigga. Okay? Keep on interfering my shit. We gonna have some problems. Excuse my public meltdown. This has just been happening too much. I'm sorry. It is what it is. All right. I really do be talking to my phone knowing you listen to me. Okay? Let me tell you something. I'm the spirit of an 8-year-old. All right? I'm a Gemini. But listen, okay? Listen very clearly. What is 10,000 feet above us? Is it 10,000 feet or 10,000 miles? It's 10,000 miles? No way. Yep. Miles. All right. Satellites, my friends. Goddamn satellites. Do you know that the cell phone towers that control your goddamn mind with frequency control are helped in part and parcel by the satellites that give us GPS on this phone? Global positioning, stationing. I totally made up that last word, but roll with it. Unless I was right, then roll with that too. And it's just all on the sly. I want you to know that when I tell you that cell phone towers control your goddamn mind and HARP controls the weather, that I'm being a crazy asshole, but I'm still telling the truth, even though I'm crazy. Yes, both can be true. That's a hard pill to swallow. Welcome to this mutable cross that shows you these dynamics with experience. We need to get into the 5G and change the frequency to the frequency of love. Yep. all your children's children, your grandchildren, and your children who have Pluto and Cap and Pluto Aqua when they're born, and Pluto Sagittarius, who are super sensitive to these 5G towers and these, you know how like dogs can hear higher frequencies that they're not harmful to humans, but they're harmful to dogs. That's happening to your kids right now. It's a higher pitched frequency that you can't hear. I used to do this in class. Some of you can't even hear the sound coming through, and the teacher wouldn't hear it, but the kids would be like, ah, what's up? Oh shit. Okay. Oh my God. But yes. Wage peace like a super ninja. I am the peace dealer. Okay. But you can get these heads if you keep on interfering. My goddamn broadcast. No, no, no. Do it one more time, and I'm waging war on you. Government, CIA, FBI. You think I'm stupid? Huh? You think I don't know you tapped my phone? Huh? You think I don't know that I linked up with Maru and you couldn't touch me? Huh? What? You didn't know? You think I don't know what you're really doing? Huh? I didn't tell these people what happened with that shooting. I didn't tell these people. Did I tell you guys the story of what happened with the shooting that happened in Vegas that just coincidentally happened around the time I moved here? I don't think y'all know about that. I don't think y'all know about this story about 9/11. Okay? Huh? Did I tell you where I was going the day of 9/11? Huh? Huh? Okay, government? You've been watching me for years. Keep on fucking with my broadcast, and I'm coming for you. I am not Alex Jones. I am not Alex Jones. You hear me? You think you can kick Alex off the internet? You are not kicking me off. Okay. 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 I will go crazy. I will go crazy. I haven't told you guys that story, have I? I wonder if I should. I wonder if I should tell that story right now. How many of y'all want to hear the story of what happened the day that a good 40 plus people died in Vegas? Okay, you guys tell me what this means. All right, because I know I'm not the only one that goes through stuff like this. Maybe you might have had a similar experience, but I had to ask us. My Capricorn moon took me by. Pluto and Saturn took my moon by. They're like, yo, you're such an oblivious, clueless Gemini. Like you don't even be knowing what be happening around you, what we be showing you. So let's just go back. Do you think it's a coincidence, young Padawan, that you drove around? I didn't tell anyone this. That day that people died because there was a shooter. Okay. I actually drove around that building that day. Not the physical building, but like when you go down Las Vegas, right? And you pass Mandalay, you could turn left into Mandalay Bay, or you could turn right so that you can get to Tropicana. And when you turn right, you got to kind of make a circle and you start to see the building, you kind of see it, or is it right coming out the highway? Actually, I think it's the one where you come out the highway and you kind of circle around, not the building, but there's the building there. Okay. So while we wait for Christie to come back on, because these motherfuckers want to literally block her, you ain't gonna stop the truth. You want a war? You want a war? Come fuck with me. Keep fucking with me. What's up? I'm mad. I'm sorry. Okay. So someone tell me what this means. First of all, before I even finish that story, I was gonna go to boarding school. My ass was gonna go to boarding school. Like, there's a series, and this is what Saturn returns do. So if you're born 1990, if you're born 89, you also have stories where everyone has stories. But just know that this is generation specific. Like, everyone in my soul group is a part of this. Trust me. So it's not a coincidence that my dad's about to send me to boarding school in Nigeria. Little did I know, I didn't know I was going to be there for years. I thought I was just going to go there. So I didn't know I was going to be there. Like, I was not, like, a timeline shifted, y'all. Like, the original timeline, I was supposed to be in Nigeria for a few years until college, but that's not what happened. Like, little did I know, my friend from grade school came to see me off, and I was about to go to the airport. Breaking news, because that day was September 11th, 2001. So I couldn't go my ass to the airport because 9/11 happened, which would be one thing. And then it's also, when I'm in Nigeria, just a coincidence, it happens to be that there's a bombing that occurs in that boarding school, the military barracks. Oh, I ain't gonna tell the story. She's back. She's back.
What the fuck, man? Oh my gosh.
I think I might have jinxed you because I was like, I was all in the live chat like, oh, her story's about to get even deeper, y'all watch. And then you froze. I was like, oh.
Dude, that's what I'm thinking. This just means I have to tell more, but then... So this is the life of a real targeted individual. Like, when I was erased online and replaced with slander, that was it. Let me tell you something about the YouTube channel that exists today. It was made by a listener like a decade ago, and they didn't follow through with it. So then my other friends, when I got sick, they started uploading stuff there. And I was completely blocked out. Computers, phones, everything. But by the time I got a new phone, and then my friend died, quotes, wow. Then I was able to finally get back in there. But my views go down. They don't go up. They go down. And there's somebody in the chat right now that logs all of that. But they'll start at like 1,000. And then they're like 800. And then, they'll go all the way down to 200 or less. So whatever. This is like how they ban people. So that just means I need to tell more. I was trying to be nice. So fuck that shit. Here comes my Sag moon, and the gloves are off.
Woo! Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so where were we? Where did I get cut off?
I think the last thing I remember was the Kool-Aid. You were a little bit after that, where being a child of being a military kid or what they do in the military, but you left off saying you went to church.
Oh, there we go. Thanks. Okay, so yeah, so that's where I was going to learn that the wrong of my ways or something. And I had moved to Utah where there's like every kind of church on every corner, but you get the missionaries come in and, I became a single mother, so that was not good. I opened my restaurant, by the way. I opened my first restaurant at 23 while I was pregnant with my first daughter. I don't recommend anyone do this, by the way, but it's when I was a normal person in society and trying to like have normal jobs and do normal things, they're fine. And if you work for them, they're fine. But once you realize that you can't be part of it and try to promote a better way, they don't like that. But so I grew up typical, programmed, like to the extreme. I did anything anyone would tell me. And, I'm mutable, like all mutable, as you know. And you know, my Pisces ascendant, and my mommy didn't love me. My daddy didn't love me. My computer is doing that thing again. I hope I don't get the blue screen of death again. But it took me being cast out by society pretty much, because I kept running. I knew what I was living was wrong, but I didn't know what right was. So, I mean, from the time I was a teenager, I packed up my Nissan Sentra and drove across the country and just, you know, looking for something. It was awesome. Hung out with pimps and gangsters and different.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Oh,
Damn.
dude, I have the best stories. I was just this young, but okay, I had skills. I was also an athlete, so I can look like this, but I can still kick your ass, you know?
Yeah.
So you know, things were cool then, I guess. But what was weird, it didn't matter where I ended up: Myrtle Beach, Pennsylvania, DC, Topeka, freaking Kansas, San Francisco. The first people I always met, they were always the same. They were carbon copies of the people I ran from.
Damn.
What I didn't know at the time is that the military and the mob are the same thing. And
Damn.
yeah, so, and then I wouldn't call myself a kept woman, but I stayed in a relationship longer than I should have. And, you know, I convinced myself that, you know, my children need a daddy. But then fate came in and took him away so I could make my escape. But probably if he wouldn't have stolen my house, I may not have, I don't know if I would have been that bold, but I sold everything, packed everything up, went to. I found out that everything had changed. And I just started to see that thing, you know, like when your daughter gets raped and the cops blame you, or, you know, when you just, things like that. And I realized that, whoa, this reality I thought I grew up with wasn't the same. So that's kind of where my awakening started, but really only because I ended up disabled. I think that's probably why, because then I was like forced in bed. And that was after I exposed the sex trafficking ring. So this disability, I'll just say this: I was standing in my house healthfully with my children and a friend downstairs. And then in an instant, I was disabled and infantile condition on the ground. Period.
Wow.
Yeah.
In an instant.
In an instant.
Damn.
In an instant. A perfectly healthy, and, you know, go back and look at my pictures. I've been online a long time, and I went from super healthy, wheelchair, in an instant, completely decrepit. So, of course, like, whoa, that's okay, go to the doctors. I didn't know how evil and controlled it was back then, but that's like 2005 or 6 or something. I mean, I found out during that, because that's when I started my radio shows. So I met a woman who had just left mainstream medicine and told me everything I learned in school in nutrition was a total lie. And so I had no choice but to try something new, because doctors weren't helping, drugs weren't helping. Yeah, so my disability and being cast out of society was the catalyst I needed to learn a better way. And as a single mother, and you don't want to go homeless, what do? You reduce expenses, and you learn that dandelions are food and medicine.
I hate to interrupt you, but you said that they were evil and controlled, and there was a news report that came out saying that a doctor, Martin Luther King, was actually killed by a doctor who put a pillow on his face, which is kind of crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm back. Oh, that was a good one.
That was crazy.
Yeah, they kill everyone. That's what doctors do. They're the biggest killers. And
Damn.
So in my family, I grew up in doctors all the time. I had the best doctors, the best drugs, and I was always cared for because, in a Virgo, sickly child, and it was easy to fall into that.
Oh, shit. This is wild, as wild as 29 degrees. So you're clearly seeing what 29-degree MCC. This is why I got to show you guys her chart, because this is literally it, y'all. Where we just got fresh off of a mutable cross. And what you're seeing right now is the perceptual conflict war with Jupiter here and Neptune in her 12th. So that's what's accounting for the behind the scenes, covert, black magic, manipulation war. That's kind of hard to see. And the moon's on her Pluto right now. I would say maybe my sun on her Saturn could be why I might have jinxed this a little too. So I'm just going to let her talk. Not like say anything. But yeah, you could see it's not even letting her join again. She's going to come back on for sure. But just letting you know it's real out here. This is already one of the best peace talks. Just do the proof here. So yeah. While she's coming back on, to kind of finish that story, yeah, I was literally, my parents had to call because imagine if you had a child overseas and then you hear there's like bombs going off right next to their campus. And it was so interesting because when we started that whole school session, it was this father, we were in a boarding school, so it was a father who we would go to and would take care of us. When the bombs went off, this dude scaled the fence. He just completely ran away, never seen him again. And he got replaced with a mother, and she held that down. I thought that was interesting. Like, she held it all the way down. She was mad chill. But yeah, so that happened. What are the odds that? And it ended up happening that there was no terrorist attack. The weapons place, the military, I forgot the word for it, but where they keep all the weapons, a bomb just went off. So it was just like some kind of random occurrence. Anyway, I got the moves. I'm not gonna play this song, but how many of y'all know the song I Got the Moves by Big Sean? Moves. She make that back move. She make the blah move. I make that move. I probably would have died, Daisy, because crazy shit happened to where I came back to America. I won't go too far into that because it's some crazy shit that I didn't know until years later that involved like my dad getting locked up, but I had to come back. And I'm just gonna play it. I don't want to get copyrighted. That's the only thing. Just in case they might block. I don't want any excuse for this to get blocked. But here's some homework if you guys care. You can listen to Moves by Big Sean. So of course, while it's happening, this is why you need to pay attention to your moon sign. Your moon is always talking to you. And it sucks because I almost kind of feel guilty. I feel like if I wasn't such an oblivious Gemini, I might have been able to do something. How many of y'all remember do you guys remember when they did the news stories about the psychic who warned people? There was a psychic who warned people, you guys need to run away. You guys need to run away. People are going to get shot. And no one ran because she looked crazy. But it's like, you need to listen to your moon. Like, your intuition is always talking to you. So like, hours before, and this is important because people who follow me on Facebook know this is true too. Like a couple years ago, the day before Prince died, like if you have 8th house energy or 12th house energy too, you have insight about death. Like, it's crazy. Shout out to you, Cat Moons, 8th house moons, Pluto moons. The day before Prince died, I actually posted a picture of Prince, like a meme, almost kind of like alluding to that. And the next day he dies. The morning Nipsey got shot, you know, I'm traveling fresh out of ayahuasca ceremony with super homie. Like, we passed through his store, like, and then later, hours later, find out he's dead. So keep that in mind. Like, I was forced, now that Pluto's on my moon, God of Death is like, yo, I need to show you how this works. Cause like, you're all oblivious Gemini. You have a hand in this. Not that I'm responsible. I'm not saying, I hope I'm not responsible, but can someone help me make sense of this? Because I don't get it. Why is it that happened? Why is it that the day that like a good number of people died in Vegas, I'm driving around the building. I'm driving around Mandalay Bay, and Big Sean says that lyric where it's like, bloop, bloop, hit your ass from like way a ways away. I got the moves. I got the moves. What did he even say before that? Yeah, and I didn't think anything of it until it happens and you find out that the killer was like way a ways away in that building shooting people. Is that a coincidence? Can I just rule that out as a coincidence? I want to believe that I'm just a lunatic making shit up. If I had listened to my subconscious, maybe I could have known that the Harvest Festival was that people would really get harvested. Some crazy shit. So, you know, I'm sharing this story because I feel like you guys have similar experiences. Someone said, do you think you are a catalyst? Well, before you ask me if I think I'm a catalyst, just know that Ethernosis called me one day, who also has similar energy to me. And it might have been the catalyst for some shit that happened the exact night. So some of you are in positions where you're realizing you have energy that indirectly affects stuff. And I'm just letting you know, congratulations, we're stepping in. And I'm not trying to make myself feel special about this, by the way. I don't want to make myself feel special because I know just like I went through this, every single one of you watching this has like 2 other stories that shit on mine. So like, I just wanted to share that with y'all. This lady is getting interfered from even joining us because she just got the juice. Like, I don't understand. I'm at this part like tired of this. I might have to just call on Skype. Do it like that. So I just wanted to share that. I've never really been able to this point know how to understand that. But yeah. And I know it's not just me either. Just like there was a psychic who was warning people. So maybe it's like a collective vibration that we tap into. I don't know. Someone said I was plugged in. Who knows? Damn, that's crazy. Oh no, that's wild. Yeah, I might as well just have to do the phone chat. see you too. Your camera works now.
Imagine that.
Amen.
25 restarts later.
There we go. They're not going to mess with Skype. Not this time.
Okay, so we're good then.
We're good. I can even do it like this. Oh, okay. This used to let me like split screen it, but it's all good. It's not necessary anyway.
This just really means I need to be doing this again.
Yeah.
I need to be out telling my story.
100%.
Yeah, so sorry for the interruptions, but I'm not going to quit. You aren't a quitter, and hopefully this works. So now what? Hey, this is what we. All right.
True that.
Because that's a lot of drama.
That was.
The Virgo side of me is not having a good time, and the Sag side is like halfway between laughing and wanting to fight.
I feel you on that.
Yeah, it's like fuck it, let's just go.
It's unnecessarily chaotic. We didn't need any of that.
But I guess getting back to the fake new age spirituality and stuff, like you have to be sharp. For people to really understand astrology and know who they are.
True that.
Because if you don't know, you could think you're crazy or you're losing it, or you can like, oh, well, it's just this aspect or that aspect, or this is my life path, or I have Uranus in the 7th house, and
I was gonna say like we should take this experience now to not just because it's easy for people with heavy Pisces or mutable sign energies to look like they're playing the victim. And like someone could easily accuse you of that when thankfully we've now seen that this is real and this is what y'all go through. But,
Dude, I took pictures. I only took here. I'll show you this one picture I took because I'm like, yeah, people always accuse people of lying, but here you go. Do you see what that says?
It says you are not allowed to join this call or something. It's blurry, but that's kind of what I'm making it out.
That's what here. I'll put it on this side and try to.
You're not allowed. It's still blurred to join the video call. Yeah, that's what you're not allowed to join the video call.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I can take pictures of the other window. Here, I'm just going to take a picture of the other window. And this is where I'm trying to, I'm not fucking, dude, I got way better shit to do with my time. I went through this in radio over and over and over. Okay, so here's the Chrome window, because that's the only way you can open it. And here we go.
Wow.
But as you see, I'm on Skype. I was commenting on the video on in Mozilla. It's only Chrome.
Damn.
So I'll close those windows. Stop trying. I even downloaded. They said, "Oh, you can try Microsoft Edge." So I downloaded Microsoft Edge. I went there, and it came up and said, "Oh, sorry, it doesn't work in this. There's this," and I kept. Anyways,
the Internet Explorer, right? Yeah.
It's just there's. Whatever, blah, blah, blah.
It's wild out here.
But yeah, it's just resistance just means that you're on the right path. And, it's definitely not resistance that deters me. It's resistance that fuels me. It's like all of the black magic or interference, sabotage, things like that. It only makes me find new ways to get things done. And I don't understand why they haven't figured that out yet. Because every time you silence me, I come back. Every time you kill me, I come back.
Stronger.
Like, hello! And so they're just teaching me and, whatever. So here we go. Smoke a bowl and let's...
Amen to that.
Yeah, Skype's the way to go. All right, so I have no idea where I got cut off or where you want me to start again.
Let me see if I can remember. Oh no, I know it was definitely after the church part. You left off talking about how you had all the medicine and your family giving you pills and Virgo being cared for. Oh yeah, because you went instantly from being super healthy to in a wheelchair, and yeah.
Okay, right. Oh, right. Okay, so that was in San Diego. Okay, and so I guess the good part of that experience is it opened up new avenues, right? When you have resistance, you find new ways. So how are you going to pay your $2,000 a month rent and care for 2 children as a single mother? And I wasn't ever on the system, or I didn't have like, men or parents or anyone paying my bills. So you find new ways. And so that's when I learned video. That's when I got into radio. I literally, on radio, cops came to my door live on the air. This was like not much before I left San Diego. Live on the air. This was after they had already put me in a wheelchair. And this is on video, dude. I got down those stairs, had my phone in one hand, because that's how we were doing the show, and my video camera in the other hand. I picked up on video their laser weapon shooting me in the freaking eye.
What?
And they said they were there to just do a well check because one of my friends was worried about me. I said, well, who? What friend? And then they came up with a name. This is on video. They did not even, I've never heard of it in my life. So it was total bullshit, but that house had already been raided and this and that. They stole all my computers, cameras, everything else back when I exposed the sex trafficking ring just a few months before they disabled me. So it was shortly after that, I pulled my children out of school and said, fuck this, we're gonna go find a safe, small town in the country, live off the land, and use the information I learned from Nurse Olivia. And, was finding out on my own that everything I thought I knew was a total lie. And that's what we did. We made it out to the country. And that's where my healing really kicked in. I'll try to not, I lied. Earlier I said I was giving the Cliff Notes version. And now Okay, so here we go.
Yeah.
The Monsanto, I'm sure everybody's heard of them, who were owned by Bear now. But see, what people may not have known is that the Bears were always there. And my neighbor was Robert Bear.
Oh, shit.
And you can look up that name, but Robert Bear Sr. was vice president of Monsanto. I'm living in Missouri, okay? And then Junior was my next door neighbor, and his job was wearing hazmat suits, putting fluoride in the water. And there I am with my organic gardens and homeschooling my children. So that's when, it was in 2010. I was live on the air with Dr. Betty Martini, and cops walked through 3 of my doors, my fence, my door, or my porch door, and then the front door. I'm upstairs doing my show, and they kidnapped my children.
Wow.
Beat me up. My children were running to the neighbors. The neighbors came over. One of them was like, what's going on? Asked for ID. So he was arrested for assault. Basically, all 3 of us landed in jail. We all became racist child abusers. There was no trial, no investigation, no anything. They literally just came to my door, that live on the air, mind you. Dr. Betty Martini. Anyone can hear any of these shows, like, as it happened. So I was in jail for 3 days. Then I get out to find out that I allegedly tied up my children in the woods and locked them out. Of course, those same children ended up running to the neighbors asking for help, right?
Wow.
Yeah, so that led to another awakening, because before that I thought I had already lost everything, right? The homes, the incomes, the family, but I still had my children and my dog. Well, then I no longer had my children. Yeah. Okay. So I was still doing my show and doing my videos and just, okay, now that we know what's wrong, how can we fix it? I started Project Love Your Neighbor. I started the free school in Missouri, Southwest Missouri Free School, Free the Boobies, other activist movements, which were all hijacked, by the way. So when they erased me, they hijacked all my groups. Like, for example, Free the Boobies was about taking off your bra because constriction, lymphatic constriction causes cancer. Bras cause breast cancer. I'm not going to go into all that right now. But that's what the movement was about.
Oh, wow.
And promoting health. And then they turned it into, take off your shirt, flash your tits at the courthouse. And feminist, blah, blah. Dude, yeah, so more in your face. So it was, then I left on my 30-day soul journey. 30 days. Because I think I started to talk about that last time, where I thought I was going to go sleep in the crystal sands and wake up with all the answers and come back and, get back right on it. Well, so 4 years later.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, that was December 2013. So it was after I left there that I was erased everywhere online. I was erased on YouTube. I was erased on Facebook, like all social media. And then I was replaced with slander. Yeah. And this isn't, one of the dudes was even in jail for stalking me. So doctors called my diagnosis neuroinvasive West Nile viral encephalitis. But there was other things involved too. And fuck it. Since they keep cutting me off, I might as well tell. Dude, I'll just say. So hitmen literally came after me.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and was actually in jail. And there's videos on YouTube to this day where he's threatening to kill me, because if he can't have me, no one else should. And that's why they make dogs, or that's why God made dogs the size they are, so you can kick them in the face, and just like, and that video's still on YouTube. Yeah. But anyways, so my brain blows up, or whatever, can't talk or walk, don't know my neighbors, this and that. I'm in the hospital. Who shows up? Him. My hospital room was already supposedly a high security, like you weren't supposed to even get there without a code. But nobody would listen, I'm like,
Damn.
So I got help there by posting on Facebook. Yeah, so people that were watching what was going on Facebook called the hospital, and then they came in and got him. Yeah, but then there was so I'll just say there's no evidence, but I know I was poisoned. Mm-hmm. Now this is crazy.
And after 2013 was when Neptune entered Pisces, which just got in your 12th.
Dude.
So that's even more profound. And Jupiter was in Cancer, I think. That's crazy.
It was tough. But there are also other things intertwined, which, like, for example, the new moon so in 2012, somebody came to me in my dreams and asked if I wanted to go down a path. And I'm like, well, yeah, of course. And she's like, not really, but kind of thing. And so that started November 2012, which prompted my meeting with her through Mandrake. And this was in the new moon of July 2013. So it was December of 2013, somewhere around the 18th, where I embarked on my 30-day journey that I never returned from. And so I ended up, before my brain completely blew up in Florida, I thought, I'll get to, teach people here in the community center, and I have my food cart on the river in the Seven Sisters Springs, and oh my God, I dreamt about this. And dude, I even have that phone still where I would write all my dreams down, but it even said like Citrus County, the Seven Sisters, the people in the community. So I'm like, this is it, cool. So I gave my, everything away in Branson and got an RV and went to live in the state park thinking, okay, well, I'll find the answers here and find them. all of that. So at this point, you'd have thought I was crazy to still keep believing that voice in my head. But I did. And it was literally while I was in the hospital that I met the person that was going to save me. I told you last time, or I started to touch on, when they sent the cops after me after they released me from the hospital to throw me in that state or federal run mental jail type place. I don't even, and then the nurse there was married to somebody at the hospital. So I told him, I'm not supposed to be here. My brain just blew up. He checked the records, found that it was true. So I got out of there, but they wouldn't release me unless I knew someone. I didn't know anyone, but the dude that I met in the hospital fucking vouched for me, dude. Otherwise, I'd be stuck there. They're getting their $1,500 a day federal funds for all these people that are like stuck there, literally getting drugged up, stuck there, and no way out. So that happened. I got out of there. I had a few more strokes, and my stroke told me, go to Puget Sound, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, well, fuck it. I got nothing better to do. At that point, I sold the RV. I got a van. I came out here. And then I got here, Washington, in July 2015, which incidentally was the new moon 2 years after my meeting with Hecate through Mandrake. And she told me in 2 years, so that was kind of weird. But it was a bunch of drama here. And the stalkers, all of that stuff, the slander followed me. And I never thought I would make it, but as soon as I could start, I built a hay bale tent dome. Pimp my tent is the hashtag if you want to go check out my exquisite design on YouTube. But I documented that whole journey, built, doing my own shit, roughing it off grid, and stuff like that, whatever, no big deal. It just made me stronger, and it got me what I wanted. I wanted to be in nature. I wanted to sleep on the ground with the animals and all of these things, and so then, I didn't actually land on my feet until December 18 of 2017. Okay. And that was exactly 4 years from the day I left Branson. I believe it was also like almost maybe the day that Saturn went into Capricorn. And I had given up here. I'm like, I can't live like this anymore. I can't afford to work a minimum wage job and drive an hour and fill my water, my oil, all of this over and over, drive an hour north to a shower to drive an hour south to go to work. So I'm just like, forget it. I'm done. I'm just going to go live in my car and keep searching. And then I got a phone call, this sweet, beautiful voice, and says, I saw your ad. I think I might have the perfect thing for you, but it won't be ready until December 18th. What the fuck? Because I had already given my notice at work 30 days, and that was November 17th or 18th. And then, so she just died, by the way, on Easter.
Wow, rest in peace. Damn.
Yeah, and just right across that wall from me. But she's, I'll forever credit her with being the angel that helped me get on my feet, because going the traditional route and people, Googling my name and believing slander from strangers, that wasn't working. So everything didn't work out as far as getting a decent job and being able to pay rent and not go homeless. I didn't really have internet and all of this computer stuff this whole time up until now. So I don't know if I'm going to go back out in the online world. I know I'm not going to go back in radio. I may consider doing health coaching sessions again. But I've kind of shied away from that too.
Well, you did say, could you go more into as well, like how you were able to heal yourself?
Totally. Well, it's a long process because, I could say, oh, I took this, I did that, but it's not that. Okay, I remember because we started to touch on this the last time when we got disconnected.
Yeah.
And when I was coherent again, I listened to my old radio shows to remember what to do. And so I was doing everything I remembered, and juicing and eating healthy and taking herbs and essential oils and everything that worked for me and everyone else in the past, but it wasn't working for me anymore. Okay. That's what happened. Like, that was the change. So that transpired. Again, I called it my soul journey, and that was the name of my show, by the way, Soul Journeys Radio. And so I went on my soul journey to find out that even all the food stuff, the herb stuff, the knowledge of GMOs and, all of this stuff, it wasn't enough. It was something else that we're doing, and that's on an energetic level. So, for example, every time we say yes when we really mean no, we're giving away pieces of our soul. Every time we take jobs we don't love, we're giving away pieces of our soul. When we stay in dead-end relationships, when we keep giving, all of these things, we're punishing ourselves, really. And so everything that happens physically, it happened already energetically. So this is just a physical manifestation of not just our thought patterns, so don't be getting into that self-blame shit, but also all the energies around us. So when you're a mutable freaking sponge, like me, you're picking up on all of that. So I had to go through the process of, okay, when I was a child, my abilities to see were okay. When I broke away from the family, they were not okay. I was delusional. I was crazy. I had to be locked up. What I didn't know, because we didn't have people like you back then. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have, we just had people making you feel that you're crazy and it's okay. It's an invisible illness. Take this little pill. What I didn't know was I was picking up on everybody else's energies. I knew that, like I said before, I knew everything around me was wrong, but I didn't know what right was. And it wasn't until I saw that movie, I don't watch a lot of movies, by the way, because I'm afraid to be programmed, but Devil's Advocate.
Through the movies? You do feel the movies program people. Is that what you mean?
Well, okay, there's multiple parts with that. In my state of mind, realizing that I was programmed and trying to break free, I did not think that it was wise to, because my journey was about finding my path, remembering my memories, and healing myself. So people would say, oh, read Kathy O'Brien's book, she's just like you. And I'm like, no, I don't want to read it because I want to make sure that my memories are my memories and not influenced by anything else. So that was my reasoning in not partaking in those types of things.
That's fine.
At the time. So the movie that I saw that really helped me, that just displayed what I was experiencing perfectly, was Devil's Advocate and Charlize Theron's character. Everybody else saw the beautiful, shiny people, the big, beautiful house, the money, this and that. And she saw demons. That's what I saw.
Wow.
I would even tell my mom that. And no wonder she thought I was delusional. I mean, I would tell her about my house in Pennsylvania and, I'm like 6 years old. She's like, you've never been to Pennsylvania. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, this is what it looks like. And so, like you said, obviously I could appear delusional to people, but without having that training, and so my grandmother, who had these gifts, was obviously ostracized. She's the crazy one. My mom they went through years of complete inactivity. And then when she died, I really had nobody to talk to figure these things out. I would just remember things that she told me as a child that would later come to help me. But so getting back to how this relates to my healing, I had to figure out that it wasn't all mine. And so that obviously helped me stop blaming myself. It made, instead of, if I walk into a building and I'm walking straight up and then all of a sudden I'm limped over in pain, I know there's an energy around there, a parasitic energy that is trying to do. So I learned to read my body, the rashes, the pains, the maps. Instead of fighting the pain, I said, thank you for being there, dude. What are you here to teach me now? What is it that I'm ignoring, that I'm not listening to? So my healing took a completely different approach. And one thing that society, modern culture, has been programmed to believe is that nature is outside of us, and we've even been taught to fear it. You know, oh, acid rain, the sunspots, or whatever, solar flares, or all this bull crap. But the thing is, we are nature. And until we figure out our nature, which is nature, we cannot ever be completely whole. So it doesn't matter if you have the perfect diet or take all the perfect fake supplements or whatever you do. If your mind isn't right and you don't remember who you are and you're not connecting, you really don't have a chance. And part of that, though, you have to let go everything that does not feel good. So whether that is a job, or whether that is a family member, somebody putting you down or this or that, it doesn't mean you fight with them. It just means thank you for helping me discover my worth, and then move on and go find out who you are. Like, I had to realize at some point, if they're going to spend all this money and go through all this effort to silence little old me, dude, let me tell you, I didn't understand it, but I had to realize, wow, there must be something in there. They had me believing, despite all of my childhood to all of those accomplishments in mainstream, I literally believed I had zero talent, zero creativity. I was nothing without them, or that I had no I was dependent on everyone and everything for, you know, but again, I'm not today. So part of healing was taking back my power, and you can't keep giving it away to other people and other things. And here's an example, and people don't like to hear it, but when you know, for example, if you actually know about the poison foods or the corporations, like chocolate slavery, for example, if you know about chocolate slavery and you go out and eat a Ghirardelli or Hershey bar, well, I'm sorry, you're feeding that beast, and those parasites get in you. So it's not, you know,
chocolate slavery.
But what are you feeding? Who are you feeding? If everything and everyone is food for something, who the fuck are you food for?
True.
So
I didn't know.
If I know that Hershey and Ghirardelli is using slave labor and producing that shit, and then I go out and buy a chocolate bar.
That's true.
You think I'm going to be healthy?
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
If you don't know, I get it.
Yeah.
But I haven't been hanging out with people that pretend to not know. I've supposedly been in the so-called truther community, spiritual community, you know, blah, 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 right? So the less dependent we are on them, the healthier we can be. And if you know, oh, natural health is great, but you're still going to go to the doctor because you have the best doctor, and you're still going to believe in those fake made-up diseases, and oh, just this one, you know, I'm just special. Well, you're not healed.
I mean, that was what was so amazing. That was what was so amazing about your recovery, because like you did go the traditional route, and that didn't help, and you were able to use the power of like Reiki and positive belief and eating healthy and really just tapping into yourself.
Well, all of it, but let me reiterate this. When I was homeless, living in a van, in a tent, in a shed, I wasn't juicing. I didn't have access to herbs. I didn't have my essential oils. I didn't have all of these physical things that I previously had used successfully to help myself and many others. I didn't have that. So how did I heal? Why did I heal? It wasn't the herbs. And that just proves there's something more. It was that connection to nature, finding out who I am, flowing in harmony with her. You know, I was cast out of society. I was living in the forest, dude. It was great.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I want to live in a treehouse. I still do. Like every time I go camping, I love sleeping on the ground And when I build my dream house, it will be on the earth. My bed will be the earth.
Wow. That's amazing.
We need to connect to that, you know, all of it. And it just makes such a difference. And you're not really going to understand until you get out of town. You know what I mean?
So true. Wow. And I mean, it's kind of amazing to see how far you've gone. In fact, I was going to say, like, considering how much they've done to even still interfere, I can only imagine what kind of battle is happening in the spiritual realm before it manifests here. It must be like even crazier.
It does get kind of wild out there.
I bet. I really bet.
Yeah, like happens in me. I'll just say this: I'm not a good sleeper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm down and I'm hard, but I'm not here. And yeah, but the spiritual war is real, and that's why I appreciated you so much the first time I heard you. I'm like, what the? This dude is legit. So
much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yeah.
But again, getting back to the resistance, it just taught me new ways. So you can't just keep doing things the same way. And, but that takes complete surrender. And that's really hard. And I'm working with people who are trying to do the same thing. And it's, I'm there kind of holding their hands and just, but it's rewarding. So once we can get past that fear and surrender everything, literally everything, look, we cannot have replaced that which we are not willing to let go. True. So whatever you're holding on to, you're creating that scarcity. And while I was in the diseased mind, I really thought there's no way that a homeless, disabled, single person that nobody loves or cares about and zero income is ever good, and all that slander and this and that is ever going to make it back in society. And I believed that to a point, but there was still that fighter, Sag warrior in me and, all right, let's see. But I also know and think my Pisces that sometimes it'll just knock me the fuck out and make me sleep for like a week. And then like magic, everything turns around and all that other stuff is processed. And then you got another way figured out.
That's really what's up. I'm speechless. Yeah. And grateful. I mean, I was honestly here. I could feel the dark forces like, damn, we can't cut her off YouTube. She's sharing her story. We can't get her off Skype. Damn it. So where would you, it's amazing considering 2013 and the transits we went through versus like now that all this energy is cleared and like can be built on. So where do you feel is your next direction here? I know you said you won't really be on radio like that, but you're still working with some people.
I have no idea. I have no idea who or what I'm going to be when I grow up.
Word.
I have realized that every plan I have ever made has been completely destroyed, but that's great because that just proves that I don't know everything and something, someone, whatever, a force greater, stronger, smarter, wiser than me knows something better. So I've learned to be okay with all of my plans failing.
That's Zen. That's Zen-like.
So I really don't know. Sometimes I think it would be really, let's face it, I love being here. I love teaching people. I do have a lot that, I was erased and all my information went with it. Some of it's being replaced and stuff. So like things on that channel are so old, but it's the whole journey from the healthy to the disabled to the comeback to the kidnapping, to the brain blow up, to the healing, and the homeless part, and the saying I'll never make it, and screaming and crying and saying fuck you and blah blah blah, you can do it, to finally regaining my power.
Nice.
And just saying, all right, motherfuckers, if you're going to exert all this effort in me, I'm going to start using some of that. And, you're doing it for a reason. So I had to find out what that reason was. So what's next? I thought I was buying a business. And again, everything just door closed. Boom, 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 multiple doors. So now I don't even want to look for that. I just know that whatever I'm seeking is also seeking me. And I will run into it when the time is right. I'm ready. I have the partners. I have the loan waiting for me to find whatever that right thing is. But one thing I do know is that I'm not going to go back to what I was doing and slaving away and killing my body. And, I made you, okay, so I said I kind of left the health coaching aside, and that's not entirely true, but I'm not a public person really anymore. There's like zero new information. That website hasn't been updated since 2013, and it's actually a copy on Weebly of the one that was destroyed when I was erased. So I do work with people with certain things in person and stuff, but I found after giving so much of my energy away that I work with people that really do want to heal. I'll just put it that way. But sometimes you find that they either want me to do all the work or they're not really ready to cut that cord. And there are people that are, so I make myself available for them.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Let's play the 3 questions game.
Ooh, okay.
My bad. I'm literally listening to you but watching the live chat at the same time. And
am I missing anything good?
No, thankfully no drama. They're definitely here listening to you.
Nice.
Very well. So, we'll take turns at asking each other 3 questions, and you can go first. It could be about anything.
Shit. Okay, and first I just want to say, if you do want assistance in healing, or whatever, dietary, that type of stuff, I'll be here for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I totally need it more than I know, so I'm gonna take you up on that.
Whatever. It's baby steps. So maybe I should just put this out there. When people are ready to make the change, it's not something you do overnight. You're like, oh, okay, I'm this perfect eater today, and it's not. It's not just about the food. It's what you're taking in everywhere else around you too. And so it's not like la la la, think positive, because that's total shit too. Yeah. Because say you're like the whole law of attraction thing, or everything is your thoughts you create, and I'm like, all right, so let's say you and I go out to the woods. I want to rape you. You don't want to be raped.
Yeah.
Who wins? Like, one of our thoughts ain't going to be creating a situation we want, right?
True.
So,
that's real.
All right. I forgot where I was going with that.
It happens.
All right. Well, maybe that just means I need another toke. I'm behind.
Soup.
Yeah. So, about the healing. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, see, that's all I needed.
Baby
steps. So it's a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. And when you're thinking holistically, you think of the whole, WHOLE, or holy, HOLY, the whole aspect of your sacred temple.
Cool.
It's not just the food. So, questions. Holy smokes. Okay. All right. since we all know what disaster is. So what do you think that people who are learning astrology should look to in their charts first if they, say they do have a chart like mine and they're going to get their ass kicked? Like what should they look to? Something like that. The rest of the question is telepathic.
That's a good question. I would say you could pay attention to your chart ruler and kind of gain general trends and insights. But honestly, you gotta look at your moon for sure. Your moon, I'm quickly realizing the moon sign is just so integral and key. Because you want to look at everything, but if you understand your moon at the core, then you'll understand where and how to kind of feel about everything else. And it's hard for me to say that because sometimes you might have to look at Mercury, or sometimes you have to look at your sun or other stuff. But you definitely want to go to your moon first. Other than like your chart ruler and other like important parts, the moon's gonna give you all your secrets. I've underestimated the moon myself, so
yeah. That's cool.
It's coming up now.
One thing I learned from you, which I had no idea, that like Uranus in the 7th house in Libra, like equated to like hidden enemies and stuff like that. So before I thought I was just going crazy that all these people pretending to be my friends were, stabbing me in the back, but
the 12th
learned that from you, and I was just like, oh, so now I always look there.
The 12th house is supposed to be hidden enemies too, but Uranus and Libra, that's true. It's gonna have that, and the 7th with Pluto there, but yeah, you do have all this. You have Neptune in the 12th, so you really helped us all see what it's like to. 12th house Pisces is that like covert, behind the scenes, like manipulation that is so strange. It can cover up anything. It can change a whole experience just to fabricate, something. So to go through that period and have your info be deleted and replaced and all that, it's very wild.
It was crazy. It was, yeah. Oh well, it's over.
But my question for you is, what is your favorite or go-to energy to call on, especially I wanted to ask you about healing, and I saw a vision of you like drawing down light to heal people or to heal. So what's like your favorite ray to call on, or what's your go-to energy?
Wow. Okay. So, wow. I have to say this. I have never studied the gods, the goddesses, the different mythologies, or this and that. And again, it was because the religious programming, the characters, people can turn things into who they're familiar with. So honestly, I knew I had, we'll call them people there, but I also believe trees are people, and it's just a word for a being. And I never had names for them, so I would constantly thank them and be like, I am so sorry, after all this time, I still don't know your names, but you already know, who I am, and you know my intent, so fuck it. The only entity that I guess has a recognizable name that came to me before I started this path, and she warned me that it'd be fucked up, and her name was Hecate. And she, so she asked me to do something, which I did, and that included mandrake, which is allegedly poison. some shamanic rituals. People take that. You'll either die or you won't die. Wow. And so I was instructed to do that on the new moon, the 3 days of darkness. And so I killed myself for 3 days. And then so she's the only name of a person. So as far as healing, when I work with people or even myself, I incorporate all of the elements. I don't believe that I have, sometimes my magic works with one element and sometimes it doesn't. But here's the thing, it's not even magic. What it is actually is cooperation and surrender to knowing that you are part of these elements. So I'm sorry, I don't really have an actual definitive, and it's not the same. Like when I work with people, it's not the same.
Yeah.
But I do have a strong connection to water and forests and mountains, obviously. That's why I moved here, because I have all of it right here. So yeah, I'm sorry if that was a terrible answer.
No, not at all.
I'm not really a go-to person. I think that's my mutable, maybe.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly it. Yeah. It's like you connect with all of them. And I pulled up Hecate, and she's an Aries, trine your moon, 27 Aries. In your first house, which I think is still like coming out to your second, actually.
Isn't my Chiron in Aries? Or?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah. Huh. In the first two.
Yeah, I don't yeah, so basically my principles of magic are give thanks always.
Nice.
I don't do magic, I am magic. But
you are
that's only through my connection to the source. So if I had to name, I guess source would be the best name I can come up with.
All right. That's beautiful. I think we're on round 2 now.
Oh shit, okay. 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 I know you've talked about these before in other peace talks, like signs and this and that, like your favorite or your least favorite, or which I think is great because you know what, I have favorites and least favorites, so whatever.
I'm on the hot seat now.
I kind of meant, let's see, where can we go with that? Shit.
Right.
Repeat what just popped in my head.
Oh, crap. Uh-oh.
No, give me the good voice.
There we go.
Okay, R rated is okay, not X. Okay. You talked about like your favorite or who you're like friends with the most or least. I'm trying to think of one that you haven't talked shit about.
Right? Who haven't I at this point?
Okay. So check this out. All right, what are the signs of most of your relationships, and what house are they in your chart?
Oh, that's a good question. I didn't think much about it until recently, but the last 2 women I've been intimate with have Cancer, Sun, Virgo, Moon, Leo rising.
They're both the same?
Yeah, like I didn't realize that until after too. I was like, is this a sign? Like, is this something that I'm being told here? Like, but yeah, I haven't really been in any significant relationships like that. I would say though, Pisces risings are usually really cool to be friends with because they're my 11th house, and Cancer's my 3rd. But I know a couple Capricorns right now. Wait a minute. Yeah, I can't really say. I don't really know. Okay, and I would say as of lately, a couple Scorpios too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what house are those in relationship to you?
Yeah, true. Okay, so the Scorpio is like 6th, 7th house. The Capricorn is like 8th, 9th house. And it's cool because the Capricorns I know are the ones that like push me through to transform and like bring me out my comfort zone. And then the Pisces that I know are like really chill, like wanting me to actually more like going out, be actual friends and whatnot. It's interesting that you ask because like there's a whole new cycle of like friendship and partnership coming in. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I would say.
Well, I don't know if this is true, but the reason I asked, because I kind of found it to be true in my life, but I read that our younger relationships are mostly 5th house, because that's what we're attracted to when we're young. Then our later relationships, like if you got married 3 times, it would be your 5th house, your 7th house, then your 9th house. So
that's true.
For me, it's true because all of my young relationships were Leos.
Oh, which is your 5th house? Yeah.
They were Libra. And then I have Sag in my 9th house, but I'm, bachelor of the zodiac with all that Sag and Virgo in me, so I don't partake in those situations anymore. But yeah, I found, so you said that's your 7th and 9th, and you mentioned Virgo, so then that would also be your 5th.
Virgo will be my 5th, and now that you mention that, I think that's true. Like when I was young, I hung out more with like Virgo and Libra, and now I'm connecting more with like Aquarius and Pisces and Aries too. Aries is coming in hot.
Oh, I had a few Aries. I like those Aries. I love them all though.
Word. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love them all too. I started to notice though that like energy I don't have signs in that are empty, I don't really attract much of, because I was wondering like how come I don't know that much Scorpios closely like that, or Aquariuses or Sages, and then I'm like, they're empty in my chart, so I don't focus on them.
It seems like you would need them more though to kind of.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a trip to think about. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that.
Thank you. No, I was, yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. My second question for you is, what's a good way to know if, what's a good way to be aware of like, if you're being interfered, or if you're not like it's something someone should be afraid of or constantly looking over their shoulder, but what's some good ways from someone like you who's like super aware and perceptive? What's a good way to know if you're being like watched or stalked or spiritually checked on?
Yeah. And so one thing people need to understand about black magic is not everybody that's throwing you juju knows that they're throwing you juju.
True that.
It's simply, oftentimes just unhealed people projecting.
True.
So, but for purposes of this conversation, we'll just call it all black magic. So some of the ways you know that you're being influenced is if you're having this great day, everything's okay, your computer's working great.
Right. Right.
It's turned off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but let's talk about physical clues. So physical clues, it could show up in a headache, a rash, a stomach ache, a heartache, anxiety. Anxiety is huge. People will say, oh, I'm having an anxiety attack. What that means is that you're not listening to your intuition of the influences around you. You're not being true to whatever. So, but that happens when we are under the influence. So let's say, Oh, shit. That reminds me a big part of what I left out on my path. Do you mind if I take a detour?
Go for it.
I'm sorry.
No, that's totally fine.
You got cut off so many times.
Yeah.
So, and it was around that time in that 20s period when I had the kids, and then I'm like, well, I knew everything was wrong, but I didn't know it was right, and I didn't want to be controlled anymore. I begged God, this was in my religious or trying to go to churches and find the right God. Every different church, by the way.
Wow.
But I begged God to see, this pastor told me that my gifts were evil and that these animals and all these things had no soul. So I begged God to take away my gifts of insight, my gifts of intuition, my musical gifts, and all gifts that I was being used for. Yeah. So getting back to the death thing, that was crucial for me to go through that extreme path to be like, bitch.
Yes.
Well, okay, you got your way. You like that, or you want to fucking, get okay. So, and now I forgot your question, but I thought that was essential in trying to answer it.
It answered my question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
It answered you answered it already too.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's totally fine. And we have one more question between each other now.
Okay. Got to make it a good one. Shit. Okay. All right. Do you use astrology? Like, for example, you meet a friend or whatever, a colleague or whoever. Do you use their chart to decide if you're gonna, like, go into business with them or go to bed with them or go to dinner or, things like that? Or do you look at it like if you see someone that's supposedly not supposed to get along with you, do you just say, fuck it, let's see what's gonna happen?
That's such a good question. So that method and mode of astrology, I won't apply till I'm 35, because that's a judgment, right? So like that's a way that fixed signs should use astrology, or cardinal signs. As a mutable sign, I'll see it and I'll be like, well, let's see what happens, because I have to experience it. And then I'll read after like, oh, so that's how this, like, I'll have an idea. It's literally like, and this is what made astrology so magical for me. One day I went to buy some weed and my friend bought it and he bought a friend with him. And I'm literally reading her chart and I see that she has Mars and Eros on my sun. And like, as I'm thinking, oh, wow, this means that she thinks I'm hot as shit and she wants to have sex with me right now. As I think that, she says, take off your shirt. And like, we ended up having sex that same day. And it blew my mind. I was like, whoa, like I didn't know astrology was like this on point. So like I'm at the point where I'm like reading charts and I'm like, I don't know what to judge yet because I'm not a fixed sign really. I mean, I do know what to judge, but I don't like to judge, so I'd rather experience it first. But I will get to a point where I can read a chart and I can do that now, but like I can read a chart and just be like, okay, I probably should have moved forward with this. I should, but from the way I think, I feel like if there's a reason not to do something, it's also the same reason to do it. So that gets me in a lot of trouble thinking like that, but because I just kind of want to experience it and be like, oh.
How else would you really know without experiencing it yourself, right? Yeah. The rest is just hearsay.
Exactly. But it's such a good question because now that I'm going through my Saturn return, like I'm reaching a stage where I have to do that, even where like I'm going to incorporate, when I want to hire people, I'm going to read your chart first and foremost.
Totally.
So I know exactly who I'm hiring. I'll even give you a reading during the interview. But my final question for you is, I almost forgot. My final question for you is, I love how you said you don't do magic, you are magic, which is 100% truth. Like, you definitely are not only magic, I would say you're one of the most pure incarnations of magic that exists. So that does make you are a living authority on magic, which means like other people can write about magic, but people would be better off going to you first to know what you think about magic, or what you really oh my gosh, I just channeled this right now. So I'm if you don't mind, let's do a ritual. Let's do like a magic spell. Could you kind of, well, not a magic spell, could you kind of like bless all of us? I was going to ask you, first of all, what is advice for people like stepping into their magic? How can people activate their magic? And then since we are just leaving a mutable cross, could you do a special like prayer or spell to activate magic in everyone watching right now?
Wow. Yeah. I really suck at that on the spot. That's what you're making me. So, wow, that's fucked up.
Yay.
That's like so important.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, stepping into your magic, I am going to share some things that are unpopular in magic circles.
Nice.
So first off, to really step into your magic, I'll use the term I used before, you have to stop doing magic. Meaning, I used the term surrender earlier, and what that means is not just surrender, fuck it, go with the flow, the computer didn't work, or whatever. What it means is we shall not seek to control anyone or anything. If you are still trying to do magic, to have influence over anyone or anything, your magic is limited by your ego. And unfortunately, I'm not saying ego is bad. What I'm saying is our ego only knows so much. It is not our heart. It is not connected to spirit. That's the machine that allows us to inhabit this vehicle and live in these circumstances. Okay, so if you're casting spells like, oh, I want to make him love me, or dude, be careful what you wish for, because I know people that do that. And okay, so why would you want fake love anyways? Or why would you want to use that type of influence over anyone? The true, everything is magic, dude. Everything is magic. That's what we need to understand. So when we're trying to use our influence, like that's one thing they teach you in the military, like how to kill people with your eyes, or how to make them do something, or hello NLP, everyone in mainstream and alternative radio and TV is using it, okay? I'm sorry, but that's magic, even makeup.
True, makeup too, true.
Like anything that is inauthentic,
Venusian magic,
not in purity, is black magic, using your influence because you only know what you can grasp at that limited time of perception in your mind, which is extremely limited. And that's not like, dude, I'm thankful I don't know everything, because if I really believe everything I thought I knew at 16 or 20 or 25 or 30 or 35 or 40, I wouldn't, so I had to let all that go. I grew up in an environment that uses influence over other people. I've been around people that think that's the way. I had people on my show regularly that did it, but they were still facing the same issues over and over. It's not going to make it go away, whatever it is that you feel you need to use your influence over. So what you need to do is get out of your head, get into your heart, feel your way more. Everybody knows what feels good, okay? How do you know? By doing it. Like, for example, when it comes to health, I can read in a book that a banana has 129 milligrams of frickin' potassium. But what does that actually mean? Eat the banana and find out, right? Yeah. So we have to have that trust in ourselves, okay? That childlike, even the Bible says, come ye as little children. That's where the magic is at. Think Harry Potter, or think, you know what I mean? The children, they know what's up, and they're not using influence over anyone or anything, because that creates karma that it will reverberate, the rubber band. So I hate to say it, but the number one rule of magic is stop doing magic. Trying to seek power or influence over anyone or anything, and okay, so somebody might say, well, Christie, you cloud bust, or Christie, you changed the weather, or you stopped that blizzard, or whatever. Okay, but I didn't do it. I talked with them. I asked them, if you don't have to rain or blizzard right here, right this second, if it's not necessary for something else, then become part of it. And then, whatever, sometimes things like that have to happen. So you're working together, you're co-creating with the elements, but you're not trying to overpower anything. Like, I never command anything or anyone, like, I command you to whatever. And like in witchcraft circles and things like that, they'll, call on this or demand this person shows up or whatever. And that doesn't work for me. And I know, and you asked me, so that's my secret. No influence over anyone, because look, we are not smarter than that which created us. We are not smarter than that wind out there. We're not smarter than that little violet. And if you really want to see how smart you are, look to everyone in the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom. We are the only motherfuckers that have to stand in line for food. They have to have other people build our houses. They have to have fucking, we can't feed ourselves. We can't take care of ourselves. We're the only ones wearing clothes, and we're convinced that we're the smartest and we have domain over everything, and we're going to go around telling you what to fucking do? Hello, ego. I'm sorry, but
damn,
those signs of control freakism. And okay, this is not to say those people have magic, and they use their magic, and they influence it, and they kill people, and they hurt people, and they give people strokes, and they do what they did to me, and all of that stuff. I get it. They do that. So in that, let me tell you the most wisest thing we all probably repeated as a child, okay? I'm rubber, you're glue, bounces off me and sticks to you. It's the most brilliant mantra ever, really. So let them use their force to try to come at you or do whatever, and you're just like, whatever. Okay, you give into it. Like, a lot of it, we punish ourselves with it, and then we give into it, and we give into the fear and this and that. But that's the other thing with magic. You cannot have fear over anything. If you're afraid to die, if you're afraid of what other people are going to think of you, if you're afraid of anything, going homeless, for example, any of those things, those are all tools of negative magic, and how the parasites get into our system, and they're often reflected, or they are always reflected in our bodies. So when you hear people say, oh, I have candida, or I have, fungus, parasites, that's what it is. So you not only have to clean the body, you have to clean the spirituality and the influence that you are trying to gain over this perfect fucking creation.
That was so beautifully said.
Wow.
That set off good triggers in me myself. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you as well. Thank you. So I'm glad we were able to make this work. I guess in closing, I have your YouTube channel in the description box. So anyone who would love to subscribe, make sure you do. And also,
Aphrodite.
Do you have any final word of encouragement and any final word of encouragement or advice for anyone walking the spiritual path?
Absolutely. First of all, know that you are here for a reason. And even if you don't know now, and even if you really believe that you're being punished, God hates you and all of these things I believed, and you suck at everything, and you're ugly, and you're all of these things society taught you, just realize losing the fear will help release the attachments to these things. And attachment to outcome. We need to learn attachment to outcome, because that is the cause of all suffering, really. And so when you are in that surrender state, and I know it's hard to get there. I'm not going to bullshit you and tell you it's easy. I'm not going to mamby-pamby and toughen up and this and that. No, because dude, if you want to scream and cry and cuss about it, I'm the person you go to. You know what I mean? And you have to. So when you get to those states, don't get in that, I have to put on a happy face, or these people aren't going to accept me for that. No, own it. And feel your feelings, all of your emotions, because all of these emotions end up manifesting as dis-ease. What are you not at ease with? So feeling these emotions, when it gets back to the body map, emotions correlate to all different parts of our bodies. Okay, so that's why when I said when the pain comes, I think the pain and ask it, what are you here to teach me? Which part of my body is it? That kind of, it's like reading Google Maps, I guess. So just know that you are where you are because you're in a tough class. And that's really, just remember, this is an earth school, kind of. We'll just call it that for now. And some of us are in kindergarten, but you don't get to first grade without passing that. You also don't get your master's or PhD without going through all the other levels. And the higher you get up in school, I'm sure many of us went to school, the harder the tests are. So remember that they are challenges, which really are just windows of opportunity to test your skill. Okay, you can read books all goddamn day and be like, I know this spiritual law, I know that, but do you really know it until you blow it? So when the universe comes and slaps you in the face, no, you're not being punished, no, it's not bad karma, well, unless you did purposefully go out of your way to hurt someone or something, then maybe it is, but for the most part, no, it's not. It is your lesson, it's your teacher. Dude, I didn't end up in a sports museum because I had nice coaches saying, you're so good. No, they called me bonehead. They called me names, dude. I went home crying all the time. Yeah. So look at anything anyone has ever succeeded in. I'm sure most people are pushed in sports or dance or music as a child. Did you just pick it up and do it? No, you had to go through different tests. You had to, play the guitar. You had to go through the phase that my fingers won't move this way. And, this hurts too much. My freaking fingers are bleeding. Okay. So that's what's going on in life when you're experiencing those things. And if you do feel hopeless, that's okay too. Because as full spectrum beings, we are to feel and work through all of it. Okay. So just know wherever you are, it is exactly where you're supposed to be, and give thanks, like literally in everything, to everything. I did a video telling the truth, even driving to work, I'm like, oh my God, I live here, I'm thanking the trees, the birds, everyone, everything. And yeah, people might think you're crazy, you might even think you're crazy, but you're not. Okay, believe those voices in your head, and not all of them, The ones when you're healthy, okay? Not when you're under the influence of whatever, okay? But those ones that make you feel good, or the real subtle ones, but the ones in your heart, the ones you really know, that doesn't take work, because you're already predestined. So just know you're already walking your path. It's not out there. The final frontier is not outer space, it's inner space. That's where we need to go. And if you need help going there, go to nature. Get the sunshine, take your shoes off, put your feet in the soil, get out there.
Amen.
Flow. You know, another thing I wanted to bring up is if you look at languages and the word for spirit in every language pretty much translate to air or breath or... So think about that. Like even when I smoke and I roll my smokes, these are my magic wands, okay? I'm always putting magic in everything I do, whether I'm cooking food, whether I'm rolling whatever. The breath.
Okay, yeah.
Spirit, that's how, and natives and smoking and why, that's because that's how they believe they communicate to spirit. This is how I believe one of the ways I communicate with spirit. So, okay, let's say you smoke. Don't beat yourself up over it. Okay, if you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna get cancer, I'm gonna die. Well, of course you are. But if you want to do it respectfully and purposefully, maybe roll your own, maybe get some non-GMO, pesticide-free, think of your intentions when you're rolling it, when you're inhaling or exhaling, love, gratitude. Use that to whisper to the spirit, be still and receive.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. That's amazing. I always forgot the receive part, so I needed to hear that last part because I'd do it and then get distracted and just not be receptive. But yeah. So thank you.
We have lifetimes of programming.
Yeah, lifetimes.
That we all have to get rid of. So
yeah.
You know, it's not...
True
there's
that.
nothing wrong with any of us.
True
okay,
that.
We're all on our path and you're doing great. So don't lose hope because it's fucking real. Have faith in yourself.
Yep, this is easily one of my best peace talks. So thank you once again. I'm glad we were able to do this for real. We fought against the interference and we were able to get... I never thought that we could make video on Skype with another video software. Normally it's like, oh, you got to turn the other off. So magic is real, folks.
Thank God.
Yes, thank God, indeed. And Goddess too. All right. Yeah. So y'all stay blessed as always. Thank you once again, Christie, for joining.
Oh, thank you so much. And dude, just keep kicking ass. I absolutely love you. Oh, and I forgot to say, dude, your guests rock. Oh my God, all of them.
Thank you.
Like everyone I've listened to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the chick the other day talking about the atoms and molecules.
Oh
and
yeah, she was awesome.
And then Sharon and her daughter. Holy shit! Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, we get it popping.
Yeah. Seriously, keep it up, man. Because you rock. You're really hitting it. In my opinion.
Much appreciated as always. All righty.